Mush you into my face. Come on now, use your words. This book was so good. Words, you say? Fine. Cinder by Marissa Meyer. If you're looking for it in shops, this is what you'll be looking for. This book was so good I've forgotten how to use words. It's books like this that bring you to your senses, that make you realise that the books you thought were good, they're not good. This is a new level of good. Books like this that remind you there are higher levels of book to reach. It comes along and plants itself in front of you in all its amazingness and demands to be loved. So, Cinder. As you might be able to guess from the title, it's a Cinderella retelling. It takes the original Prince and Slipper story and then jumps off the deep end with it and really stretches it to the utmost that story can be. It gets the most out of it possible. As is the case with all our good Cinderellas, our Cinder here starts the story with her stepmother and two stepsisters, only they live in New Beijing, a futuristic version of Beijing. Oh, and Cinder has a slight difference to her that not all Cinderellas have. She's a cyborg. At the age of 12, this girl was in a horrific accident which led to her having much of her body replaced by robotic mechanical systems, including a robotic hand and a robotic foot. She also has a computer overlay on her eyes which tell her information of what she's seeing that detect when people are lying, which is quite interesting. She works as a mechanic, doing all the hard work while her mother and sisters have the life of luxury. So as our story starts, Cinder is sitting in her booth in the dusty marketplace with her assistant Aiko, a tiny robot with a cute and hilarious malfunctioning personality, when she has a slightly unusual customer, the Prince Kai. He gives over to her care an android he needs fixed, and Cinder agrees to fix him, but she can tell that he is lying about the reason he needs this robot fixed. Once Prince Kai leaves, though, her day is not over. A scream goes up from in the marketplace. Someone has the plague. The plague is a serious problem in New Beijing. It spreads like wildfire, and it kills whoever gets it. Cinder hides and returns home, but it seems she didn't manage to completely miss the disease. It jumps from her to her younger sister. Then there are the lunar people. Hated throughout New Beijing, they have the ability to manipulate anyone who looks at them. The immensely beautiful and very evil Lunar Queen comes to New Beijing, determined to make Prince Kai her husband. And Cinder manages to get messed up in that as well. It's so hard to give a summary of this book, there are so many things going on. Cinder is caught in the middle of more problems than you can count. Every one of these elements mixes together and makes a really amazing storyline that just doesn't stop. Also, sorry to make two Firefly references in as many videos. However, there was something about this that really did remind me of Firefly. I can be sometimes a bit scared of science fiction, a bit skeptical. I don't want it to go too far, but this, like Firefly did, really kept in touch with reality. Although it's set in a future, although there are robots and androids, they're understandable. They're all botched together a bit wrongly. As you read about Cinder reattaching a foot that's actually too small for her, all I could imagine was Kaylee in the engine room, trying to fix things with rubber bands and string. I also think it's brilliant that Marissa Meyer set a Cinderella story in China. Most people nowadays think that the Cinderella story was originally a foot-binding story that started in China, and the glass slipper actually a fur slipper. So I think it's very interesting that Meyer chose to explore that. Anyway, I definitely recommend this book. Really exciting, especially to anyone who loves fairy tale retellings. I thought it was absolutely brilliant.